Imagine creating a game alone, in your free time, without knowing if anyone would ever play it. Now imagine that game becoming one of the most popular in history. This is the story of Minecraft. Before Minecraft existed, Marcus Persson, known as Notch, had been programming since a very young age. Creating games was a hobby and a way for him to test new ideas. At the time, he felt that many games were too restrictive, always telling the player what to do and how to play. Notch wanted to create something different, a game based on freedom and creativity where the player had full control over the experience. The idea behind Minecraft was simple: to create a world where the player could decide everything. Notch was inspired by games like Infinimeter and Dwarf Fortress, which focused more on exploration and systems than on realistic graphics. The goal was not to create a visually impressive game, but a fun, open-ended experience with endless possibilities. In May 2009, Notch created a prototype called Cave Game. This first version was a small, empty world filled with limitations. There were no enemies, no clear objectives, and very few mechanics. On top of that, Notch faced several difficulties during this phase. He worked almost entirely alone, constantly dealt with bugs and technical problems, and had no certainty that anyone would be interested in the project. Many ideas had to be reworked from scratch or completely abandoned. As the game started to gain attention, the pressure increased. More players meant higher expectations, more criticism, and more requests for changes. Notch had to balance development, bug fixing, and community feedback mostly on his own. This made the process exhausting and often stressful. Despite these challenges, he continued releasing frequent updates. Unlike many games at the time, Minecraft grew alongside its community. Players tested new versions, reported problems, and suggested improvements, and many of those ideas were eventually added to the game. Soon after, the project became known as Minecraft. Still in 2009, the game entered its alpha phase and began to be sold to the public. The game still had many technical issues, crashes, and bugs, but it offered something truly unique: total freedom. There was no correct way to play. Each player created their own story inside that blocky world. This freedom is what made many people keep playing despite all the early flaws. Minecraft was not perfect, but it was unlike anything else at the time. In the beginning, the Minecraft world felt too empty. To bring more life and challenge to the game, Notch decided to add creatures. This is how the first mobs were introduced. The Creeper, one of the most iconic characters in the game, was created from a mistake in the code of a pig model. Instead of fixing the error, Notch turned it into an enemy. Soon after, zombies, skeletons, and spiders were added, mostly appearing at night. These enemies completely changed the way the game was played, forcing players to build shelters, stay alert, and plan ahead. Animals such as cows, pigs, and sheep were also added, providing food and resources. With these additions, the true survival mode was born. The world was no longer just a place to build, but a place where the player had to survive. The introduction of mobs transformed Minecraft into a more complete and challenging game, while still keeping the simplicity that defined its identity. With so many different possibilities, Minecraft quickly grew on the internet, especially on YouTube. Every gameplay was unique, since each player created different worlds and experiences. This made the game perfect for content creation. Content creators helped popularize Minecraft by showing massive builds, creative challenges, and long-running series inside the game. Over time, Minecraft stopped being just a game and became a cultural phenomenon, shaping the childhood and teenage years of millions of people around the world. As the years passed, the game continued to grow and adapt. Even long after its original release, Minecraft remained relevant because it never stopped evolving. Mojang continued to release updates that expanded the game without changing its core identity. The Aquatic Update completely transformed the oceans, adding new mobs, coral reefs, and underwater structures. The Village and Pillage update redesigned villagers, introduced new professions, and added new enemies and raid events. Later, the Caves and Cliffs update changed exploration by adding massive caves, taller mountains, and new challenges. Beyond official updates, the community kept the game alive through mods, custom maps, servers, and player-created challenges. This ensured that no two worlds ever felt the same. Minecraft began as a simple experiment filled with doubts and difficulties, but its greatest strength was always creative freedom. From a small project made by one person to a global phenomenon,